Grognard here in part 2 of my mini-series from scratch. To recap, um, I have a Savage Worlds 50 Fathoms game to run Saturday, and I am going through the process of coming up with a new scenario since they've just ended a story arc. So, as I said before, we have a bunch of players, a skiff, a talking skull, a ship in a bottle, and a mimic parrot that mimics any sound. I'm still going through the two books, 50 Fathoms and Eureka, and still looking for some kind of plot or plot hook. But in the meantime, I came up with a nifty little way for them to get a ship, and it has to do with breaking that bottle. Now, I thought, wouldn't it be neat for them to break that bottle? The ship grows to normal size, along with the crew, and they have to fight the crew for the ship, which are a bunch of skeletons led by a captain skeleton. And the players find out that the skull they have is the skull of the former captain, something along the lines of the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie. So they would fight this crew, and eventually it would come down to one-on-one combat with the captain, maybe, possibly, and somehow get their respect and have them, basically, they owe them one, the skeletons. But they will go away, and it would be kind of like an ace in the hole for the players. Now, that's not a game scenario. I know that. It's just an encounter. And also it's an encounter. When you're GMing, as you well know, the players never do what you think they're going to do. Well, that's okay. That's all part of the game. And a sign of a poor GM will be to railroad the players into this scenario. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to set it up the way it is, and win, lose, or draw, whatever happens, happens. They could end up dead. They could end up overboard and having the skeleton crew go off in the sunset or something like that. So what I'm going to do is take that encounter and stick it in my back pocket and continue along with the rest of this, looking for another scenario. If I'm going to set it, like I said, I'm going to set it up. They take the bait, fine. I don't consider that railroading. A lesser GM would railroad people and taking that, and boom, you got a ship, but you really didn't earn it, blah, 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 blah. Well, I don't want to do that. So I'm going to hang on to that scenario, and that's part of it done right there. Now we need to get back to the books, and find something in there or whatever I can pull out of my brain. And that's all I got for you this time, so I will see you next time.